laugh like children in the evening, making magic out of air. You see a whole world in this living room, and you're happy there. You love me as I am, no question. Never tried to change my fire, but there's a wind that keeps on calling me, and it's taking me higher. We're not broken, we're just different in the way we see the sky. You're at peace with what is certain, I'm still asking why. It's not that I don't love you, you know my heart is true, but we can't pretend we want the same, no matter how we do. Your world feels full and steady, mine's reaching for the unknown, and I can't deny what's calling me, even from our home. So maybe loving you means walking on alone. You don't hold me back, not ever. You let me be all me, but I dream in wide horizons. You dream in certainty, and neither one is wrong here, and neither one's to blame. But our tomorrows don't unfold the same. They're written in different names. You find forever in the quiet, I find it on the move. And love can make us trade our truth for something we don't choose. It's not that I don't love you, I love you deep and slow, but we're not walking the same road, even if we walk it close. You're home in the familiar, I'm restless for the new, and I can't ask you to chase my dreams or give up what's true for you. So maybe loving you means letting go. Two gentle hearts, two different ways, two kinds of faith in how life plays. You gave me laughter, gave me light, a home inside your arms. And even if we change our shape, it doesn't break what we are. Maybe love can soften, maybe love can grow into something just as honest, in a different form we know. It's not that I don't love you, that will never change, but love can shift its language without losing its name. We may not share forever like we once imagined then, but maybe loving you means loving you beyond the end. I'll always want you happy in every road you choose, and if we're brave and gentle, maybe we won't lose. Maybe we won't lose. You say love is building walls, keeping everything inside. I say love is open windows, letting in the light. You believe in what's been working, holding steady, holding tight. I keep asking bigger questions about the shape of right. We don't fight, we just go quiet when the future comes around. Two different kinds of answers to the same unspoken sound. We're a different kind of right. You and I, you see roots, I see sky. You want safe and solid ground, I want room to redefine. And neither one is wrong here, we just draw a different line. Oh, we love, but we don't agree on what forever's meant to be. You talk about the way it's done, like it's carved in stone. I see stories still unwritten in a world that's overgrown. You find peace in keeping order in a well-kept family tree. I believe in bending branches, letting children climb free. Every time we map the future, something doesn't fit, like we're speaking different languages in the same house we built. We're a different kind of right. You and I, you see roots, I see sky. You want answers handed down, I want room to question why. And neither one is wrong here, but neither one can lie. Oh, we love, but we don't align on what forever should define. I don't wanna change you, you don't wanna change me, but love can't be a compromise of who we're meant to be. We can hold each other gently, bless the time we tried, but some roads split in daylight, not because we cried. We're a different kind of right. You and I, you see home, I see white. And I won't ask you to unlearn everything you hold inside. And you won't ask me to stop reaching for the other side. So we let go, still in peace, still in love, just release. I folded up the life we planned like it was just a page, packed away the promises we wrote at 28. I knew the color of our curtains, knew the street we'd choose. Now I'm standing in this silence with nothing left to lose. We didn't just lose each other, we lost the life we made. What do I do with all the dreams that had your name on them? Who do I become now if I'm not becoming us again? Do I start over or just pretend that love will find me like it did back then? What if I don't want somebody new? What if I only wanted you? The bed feels like a question, the house echoes at night. I never used to be afraid of turning off the lights. I thought I had my person, my wants and everything. Now I'm scared of empty years and what tomorrow brings. Was that my only chance at forever? Did I let it slip away? What do I do with all the plans that felt so sure and true? I built my sense of always around the thought of you. Do people really find again the kind of love that stays, or do we just grow braver at being alone some days? What if the future's quiet now? What if I don't know how? of starting from the first hello, of risking it again, of opening the door one day and letting someone in. What do I do with all the space where you were meant to be? How do I trust another hand will feel like destiny? Maybe time will soften this, maybe I'll believe that losing you was not the end of love for me. But tonight I just miss the future we named. We used to talk until the morning about nothing and everything, somewhere between the dishes and the ordinary things. The silence started small, like dust upon a shelf. We didn't see it settling, we were busy being ourselves. No doors were ever slammed, no one walked away, we just stopped reaching at the end of the day. We didn't notice when the space got wide, didn't feel the distance growing by our side. It wasn't loud, it wasn't wrong, we just grew quiet for too long. And by the time we felt it, it had already gone. We kept the shape of love, but not the heat inside. Shared the same apartment, but lived in different minds. You stopped telling stories, I stopped asking why. We both thought it was just a phase, that time would realign. No one meant to drift, no one meant to change, but comfort turned to habit, and habit rearranged. We didn't notice when the air turned cold, didn't see the moments we stopped being bold. There wasn't tears, there wasn't fights, just two good people missing the signs. And by the time we saw it, we'd run out of time. I wish there'd been a reason, a fault that we could name, something we could fix instead of something vague. But love can fade in daylight without a single sound. And sometimes growing older means growing apart somehow. We didn't notice when the feeling thin, thought we were just tired. Didn't see the end, it wasn't sudden, it wasn't fast, just little pieces of what we had. And now I'm standing in what's left of a love that quietly passed. We used to lean into each other like the world was ours to hold. Now we pass like strangers in a story we once told. Nothing broke between us, no storm to tear apart. Just evenings getting quieter and space inside the heart. We thought love was steady just because it stayed, but staying isn't growing, and we slowly drifted away. Somewhere along the way, we stopped turning toward the light, stopped reaching for each other in the middle of the night. It wasn't one decision, it wasn't one mistake, just two hearts getting older with more silence than it takes. And by the time we felt the change, we were too far gone to say. We kept the same routines, the same side of the bed, but the words we never spoke started living in our heads. You'd smile across the table, I'd answer with a nod. We both felt something missing, but we never named the loss. It's hard to see a crack when it widens day by day. It doesn't feel like breaking, it just feels like yesterday. Somewhere along the way, we stopped asking how we feel, started saying it's just life instead of saying what is real. It wasn't a lack of love, it wasn't a lack of care, just something slowly fading in the air. And by the time we turned around, there was nothing left to save. I wish there'd been a moment, a line we clearly crossed, instead of this quiet ache of something slowly lost. No villain in our story, no one left to blame, just two people waking up and nothing feels the same. Somewhere along the way, we let the distance grow, not enough to make us leave, just enough to let it show. And now we stand in what we built, but it doesn't feel like home. It's not that we don't love, it's that we loved alone. Somewhere along the somewhere along the way. We built this house with open hands, laid every brick with care, hung our dreams like picture frames on hopeful painted walls we shared. Windows wide with summer light, curtains dancing in the air. Every room was filled with laughter, we were everywhere. But houses don't collapse at once, they weather day by day. A crack runs down the plaster while you're looking the other way. This house we built is faded now, the color of the blame, just quiet little fractures in the frame. And by the time we saw the ruin, it had already changed. Dust settled on the piano, keys we used to play. We stopped fixing what was breaking, said we'd get there one day. The garden grew a little wild, the porch light flickered low. We learned to live with broken things and called it letting go. It didn't feel like leaving, we were still inside. But room by room the warmth went out, and neither one asked why. This house we built is hollow now, the echo tells the truth. We're standing in the kitchen, but it doesn't feel like proof. No slam doors, no shattered glass, no one walked away. Just walls that couldn't hold us when love began to fray. I wish there'd been a warning sign, a beam we could replace, instead of slow decay across a sacred space. But sometimes time is heavier than any single fight, and roofs can fall in silence in the middle of the night. This house we built is falling now, not loudly, just in time. Bricks that once felt permanent turned fragile in the mind. We didn't see it crumbling until it couldn't stand, and now we leave with empty hands. Not because we didn't love, not because we tried, but because some homes grew older from the inside. It didn't happen all at once, no thunder, no alarm, just tiny brains of silence settling on our arms. We left the windows open, let the daylight lose its hue. Didn't see the stillness slowly covering me and you. Dust in the corners where laughter used to be, floating in the spaces we stopped trying to see. There's dust in the corners of our love, soft and barely there, settling on the words we say, but no longer share. It's not a break, it's not a fight, it's just the quiet truth that something once alive in us stopped moving through, and we kept breathing like nothing changed while everything did. Pictures on the hallway wall, tilted just a little. We said we'd fix them someday, but someday stayed in the middle. Your jacket on the kitchen chair stayed longer than before. We moved around each other, but not to war. Dust on the piano, keys we used to play, every note still in its place, but we forgot the way. There's dust in the corners of our love, gathering unseen, layer after layer, we had wiped the windows, if we had cleared the air, maybe we'd have noticed what was fading there. But comfort turns to stillness, and stillness turns to gray, and love can lose its color in the light of every day. Now there's dust in the corners of this house, and dust inside my chest of all the things we didn't say when we thought we were our best. It wasn't one goodbye, it wasn't one last kiss, just time collecting gently on what we used to miss. And by the time we saw it, it had covered everything like dust.
I wanted you to be the one, the last name I would learn, the quiet kind of forever, with no more left to search. You were steady, you were gentle, everything looked right. I told myself that doubt was just a shadow in the light. So I pushed it down every time it rose, caught its feet, called it ghosts. I wanted you to be my last, the end of every road. I wanted peace inside your arms, a place I could call home. You were good, you were kind, you were everything on paper. Something in the silence kept getting louder later. And I tried, oh I tried to make that voice go quiet. I said love isn't fireworks, it doesn't have to burn. I told myself that restless hearts are something you unlearn. I memorized your goodness like proof that I was wrong, but the ache beneath the surface kept singing its own song. It started as a whisper, soft and easy to ignore, but every time I silenced it, it knocked a little more. I wanted you to be my last, I wanted that so bad, to finally stop to look at, to hold on to what I had. You were safe, you were real, you were more than I deserved. But something deep inside of me felt unseen, unheard. And I tried, oh I tried to believe it wasn't there. Maybe if I loved you harder, maybe if I prayed, maybe if I told you daily, the doubt would fade. when love can't grow from pressure or fear of being alone. Forever can't be built or convincing your own soul. I wanted you to be by the last, the story set in stone. But what it isn't knowing, to know it won't leave you alone. You were good, you were love, you were almost everything. But the louder that voice became, the less I could pretend. And I wish it wasn't true. I wish it could have been. The words have been between us, hanging in the air. Every time we almost say them, we just leave them there. We talk about the weather, about what's on TV, but there's a quiet understanding. You feel it just like me. It's not one single moment, it's not one single fight. It's just the weight of knowing this won't make it right. How do you walk away from the life we built by hand? From Sunday morning coffee and the way you understand the stories that I never tell to anyone but you. How do I unlearn running to you when I'm blue? It's not just love I'm losing, it's everything we grew. Your mother calls me family, mine asks about your day. Our pictures fill the hallway in 1,000 small ways. I know the sound of your footsteps, the rhythm of your breath. I know the way you reach for me when something's left unsaid. And even if it's fading, even if we know it's hard to be the first one to finally let go. How do you close the door on a place that feels like home? On years of shared beginnings, on never being alone. Who do I tell my secrets to at 2 a.m. again? How do I turn you into just a friend? It's not just love that's breaking, it's everything we've been. We've woven ourselves together in ordinary days, in grocery lists and holidays, in 1,000 quiet ways. And maybe we both see it, maybe we both know, but knowing doesn't make it easier to let a whole life go. How do you walk away when the leaving's long overdue? When comfort feels like safety, but safety isn't true. It's not that I don't love you, it's not that I don't care. It's just that staying isn't honest when the future isn't there. Quiet came in waves tonight. It filled up every room. I thought I'd feel relief by now, but all I feel is you. Your coffee cup is still right here. Your side is still unmade. I told myself this had to end, so why am I afraid? I was so sure in daylight, so brave when you are near. But courage sounds much smaller when you're not here. Did I do the right thing, or did I let love slip? Was that voice inside my head truth, or just a fear I picked? I said we needed different things. I said we'd grown apart. Is the echo of your heart, and I don't know if I was strong or just scared of staying wrong. The house feels like it's listening, like it knows your name. Every corner holds a memory I can't rearrange. They say you know when it's not right, you feel it in your bones, but doubt feels louder in the dark when you're alone. Did I do the right thing, or did I run too soon? Did I mistake a quiet love for something doomed? I said I needed more than this, more than safe and slow. Something real, of something I won't feel again. Maybe love isn't fireworks, maybe it's just calm. Maybe I walked away from steady, chasing a storm. Or maybe I was honest, maybe I was true. Maybe missing you tonight doesn't mean I chose you. But I don't know, I don't know. Did I do the right thing, or will I always ask? Will every future love I find be compared to what we had? I wanted something certain, something I could trust, but certainty feels different when it's covered up in dust. And I don't know if I was brave or just afraid of being alone after I let you go.
I still reach across the bed in the middle of the night. Half asleep, I swear I feel your fingers in mine. The air still smells like you somehow. I don't know how to breathe in a room that used to hold us like it believed in you and me. I packed your shirts in boxes, but I couldn't tape them closed. 'Cause letting go feels different when you know it's really over. They say it's for the better, they say we'll both be fine, but no one tells you how it couldn't take back. Were we already falling when we thought we were strong? Did I miss the warning signs or hold on too long? Now every song's a memory, every street's your name. How can the world keep spinning when mine's not the same? They say time will heal it, like it's just a wound. But how do you heal from losing your future too? If love was enough, we'd still be here. If wanting forever could conquer fear, I would have stayed, I would have bent, I would have given every last percent. If love was enough, we wouldn't be done, and I wouldn't be crying over what we'd become. I don't want somebody new, I don't want a second chance, I don't wanna learn another set of hands. I just want you the way you were before goodbye became a word. How do I live with half a heart